What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 3D Arcade. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This video is the first video I'm recording post-Christmas. You guys will be seeing week 6 after Christmas, right around New Year's, but this is the first one I'm recording since then. In case you guys, I didn't post about it on Discord or Twitter or anything. After the 25 streams of Christmas, I took some time off to spend with the family and enjoy the holiday and my birthday and New Year's. And as of recording this, I woke up yesterday and had pulled a muscle in my shoulder or something that was... Oh man, it had me wrecked, y'all. It had me absolutely wrecked. It was awful. I couldn't move. But we're getting around today. I'm a little bit sore, so if you see me doing any weird actions, that's what that is. But without any further ado, let's jump into it. So we're doing the team builder for week 7 of the BBR here. We're going up against the former champions, the current champion, the reigning champ, the Montreal Milotics, coached by Matt O'Shea. Check out his link in the description. Right now, I think Matt is also 2-4. I should have checked that before I started this video. Obviously right now we're 2-4, -7, so we're doing okay in the league. I believe we're number 15. I think we're in a 4-way tie from 12 to 16. Matt O'Shea, season 6. Here we go. Loss, win. That's 3 wins. Maybe he's... Oh, he's 4-2, not 2-4. Okay. Big... Hold on a minute. Am I like way off here? Yeah, he's 4-2 plus 12. Okay, so this match is gonna be a little harder than I expected. I don't know why I thought he had flipped. I thought he was having a bad season or something. But Matt's team is really, really good. We'll go over it real quick and we'll talk about our team this week. We put some thought into it. I think we have a really good chance to go up against his squad, but he's got a lot of experience and a lot of time to kind of outplay us and make some weird plays. We had some weird plays. We moved some around. I think we got a good team. Maybe we're not being risky enough. We're going to figure it out. But Matt's team is consisting of Urshifu Single Strike. That's the dark fighting type Urshifu. Raikou, Metagross, Swampert, Moltres, Appleton, Cryogonal, Diancie, Haunter, Vullaby, and Charjabug. So, a lot of these mons, they got a place. I don't really think Haunter's doing anything to us. I don't think Vullaby is coming. But a lot of these mons have some places on a team. Principal being, actually, the main thing we're worried about this week, guys, is Charjabug. Charjabug's webs are a major problem for us because we also want screens. And we only have defog. We don't have a rapid spinner, which means if we want to clear webs, we have to clear our screens. Not amazing. Pardon me, I'm burping up a storm, I guess. I just ate dinner. I'm very sorry about that. But that's his team. We're pretty much expecting... He's brought a lot of mons a lot of times. Against us, we're pretty much expecting Urshifu. Even though Urshifu doesn't have a big place against our team, he's outsped and has a way to be OHKO'd by Virizion. Lando can do some good damage to him. Primarina can do some good... Like, we have a lot of good ways to, counter him. Klefki, actually. D-Gleam Klefki. No attack investment. OHKO's this thing. So it's kind of tough. Interesting to see how it's going to go. But we are expecting Urshifu Single Strike. Probably Raikou. Maybe Subtoxic Raikou, but it could switch out. I think it's more of a stall mon than a bring to damage anything. It's a good check to Primarina, but even then... If I ran AV Primarina, he's going to have a hard time dealing with it. So it's kind of tough, and I have seen him run Subtoxic a couple of times this season. Then we've also got Metagross. Metagross is a scary mon, probably biggest offensive threat to our team. Second to Cryogonal, which we'll get to in a minute. But it's pretty scary. If he runs Weakness Policy on it, he's been running a lot of type resist berries. We've seen a lot of type resist berries from him and less choice items. I'm a little bit worried about scarfs on some things because he's mentioned bringing them, but he hasn't brought them yet. Type resist berries can be a big thing to play around, but Metagross is here. Metagross has Bullet Punch. That's terrifying. So that's that. Swampert might come, but we're going to kind of skip over that. Same with Moltres. I don't really see Appleton coming. We've got a way to deal with it, but I don't see it coming. Cryogonal, major threat. We still, like, yeah, we have Glaceon, who is, I think, neutral to ice. I think ice resists ice, or resists ice, but we still have some good ice weaknesses. It's going to do some good stuff to our team, so we want to be careful with that. Cryogonal can be very scary, and it's got Levitate, so I mean, I think it not only counters, it's a super counter to Lando. I think he brings it every time. Then he's got Diancie, which is a scary mon with crazy high defense, 150 in both defense stats, 100 in each attack stat with 90 HP. Wait, I had that wrong. 50 HP. That's cool. Its speed's also pretty low. I think its speed's also base 50, but its other stats are nuts. Nuts. He's got 500 points and 4 stats. Big deal. Then we got Haunter. Like I said, I don't see Haunter doing a lot to us or Valabi, but Charger Bug can come for webs, and that thing's really hard to kill even after you get rid of its Eviolite. It's just an absolute tank of a little bug Pokemon. It's crazy. So, I would expect Charjabug, Diancie, Cryogonal, Metagross, Raikou, Urshifu, with the swaps for Raikou being Moltres or Swampert. That's what we're kind of thinking here. So about 8 of his Mons. I've been going for 5 minutes though, so let's speed up. First up this week, we're bringing Rose, the Virizion, coming back again. Me and Tim, Syndaxatrix front office, make sure you check him out. I need to make sure his link's in the description. If it hasn't been there, Tim, get on to me in the comments. But we got Rose coming with the Life Orb this week. Justified ability, of course, because that's the only one it's got, which actually could work out for us if we can switch in on a Wicked Blow. We don't really want to take that hit, but at least we get the attack boost and we outspeed, so maybe? Maybe? That seems like a risky play, though. We brought the Life Orb so that we can have some switch capabilities, because I've got a weird choice of moveset this week. This is a 4-attack Virizion. We're running Leaf Storm, Leaf Blade, Stone Edge, and Close Combat. Really wanted to run Synthesis, didn't think it had a place this week, and here's why. Our AV spread is 236 in speed. I believe that means that we are outspeeding everything that's not Scarfed except Raikou. I believe that's what that means. Let me get this up here. Okay, so Urshifu, Raikou, Haunter, Moltres, and Cryogonal can outspeed. This is the wrong Pokemon. Boop. EV to outspeed a max speed Cryogonal, does great speed to Urshifu. Cryogonal's base 105, so yeah, that's pretty much everybody but Raikou. This Pokemon's doing great work for us this week, and so his EVs are 20 in attack, 252 in special attack, despite only having Leaf Storm, we're going to get to that, and 236 in speed, so that we outspeed that max speed Cryogonal. I believe that Cryogonal, I don't know if we outspeed Tim and Cryogonal, I can't remember if we made that choice or not, but that's the case. We are Naive Nature, so we are up speed, down special defense. Our special defense is base 129, so even though we're giving a little bit of it up, it's still pretty good for us. And beyond that, here's what I'm thinking. Leaf Storm has like a 75% chance. It might even, depending on the set of Urshifu, we outspeed. I mean, we always outspeed unless he's Scarfed. And Leaf Storm almost kills him every time. Almost every time. And if it's our only special move, and that's the only thing we really care about for Leaf Storm, like, it's good against other stuff as a one-click if it's his first time in. But having him charged up and sitting there, he brings in an Urshifu thinking that we're not going to be able to kill him with something like a close combat, and he's going to have a really good chance to kill us, especially if he's banded or something with his own close combat. We Leaf Storm, and he's gone. He's out. So I took off Synthesis for Leaf Storm, and that's why, because then we still have the Life Orb for our Leaf Blade, our Stone Edge, and our Close Combat. Leaf Blade is running shop on a lot of his Pokemon. Diancie doesn't like it, and Swampert is obviously gone, and that's pretty much it for that. Rock types, Cryogonal, Moltres, 75% chance Oko, even defensive, I'm pretty sure is how that works down. Close Combat is here for somebody. I truthfully don't remember who. I'll have to check it out as we get there. But Close Combat for that stab fighting type move. It's been a little while since we built the team. We built the team before Christmas. It's now the 30th. But he's running shop. He's running shop. So let's move on from him. Next up, we got Tiger King Lando Therian coming again this week with the Yachi Berry once more. Intimidate ability, so maybe we can try to intimidate some fools. Intimidating Urshifu would be amazing, obviously. So we are doing that. We do have 2 Clear Body Mons in Diancie and Metagross that are kind of scary. Kind of is going to negate our ability to intimidate a little bit, which is another reason I think both of them come. But we do have Earthquake, Stone Edge, Knockoff, and Stealth Rocks this week. So that is our set here. We actually had Grass Knot here for surprise use against Swampert to just body Swampert because we were outspeeding. I think we outspeed Swampert every time. Yeah, we're EV to outspeed max speed Metagross with 92 EVs. We're Adamant Nature, so we have max attack possible with this spread. 164 is in special defense to help take some hits. That actually makes sure that we live an Ice Beam from a modest max special attack Cryogonal, unless he has an Expert Belt or better. If he has no damage boosting item, the Yachi Berry lets us live one, and we can hit him with Stone Edge, and he's out. He's gone. All we have to do is hit. Please. Knockoff is here for things like Charge a Bug, knocking off any bandit items we see, maybe knock off a Type Resist Berry if like we get hurt early, we're not expecting it. We can maybe get a knockoff on, get an item out of there so we know that we can hit with something super effective later. Ideally, it's not Earthquake since this is our Earthquake Mon. Earthquake is here despite the fact that he has a Levitator and a couple of Flyers. Like, I believe he has 4 Mons immune to ground. Is that correct? Let me double check that. Yes. Moltres, Cryagonal, Haunter, and Volabhi all immune to ground. I don't expect Volabhi and Haunter to come. Haunter comes, knockoff does a huge amount of damage anyway. And Stealth Rocks are going to be great for chipping things down. It makes a really big difference. Takes a lot of those 75% Stone Edges down to really high chance to kill. So I'm basically he's here to put in some work. I do think he still had a place on our team, despite him having checks. He might even have had his team and said, I bet he didn't bring Lando. I'm not prepping for Lando. We're not seriously prepping for Lando, right? And that could be a mistake, so we'll see how that goes. He might have leaned more towards the Fairy and the Dark type resist instead of the ground resist in certain situations, like on Metagross, because maybe he didn't think I'd run ground. So we'll play around that, we'll see how that goes. Next up, we're bringing Primarina, Ballerina the Primarina with a Liquid Voice ability for the first time, I believe, this entire season. And that is because I have now learned that moves like Hyper Voice go around, because their sound moves go around subs. Urshifu sub, Raikou sub, terrifying Pokemon, and with Urshifu being a really potent attacker, totally possibly brings it Scarfed or something, but also what if he brings a Bulk Up set? Bulk Up sub Urshifu, maybe that gets him around some stuff. That's not what we want to see. So we brought Hyper Voice because I believe Hyper Voice is doing 77 with Liquid Voice to an Urshifu or a Raikou behind a sub. Amazing. Obviously, we don't want to do that to a Raikou, but if a Raikou is behind a sub and we need to do big damage to him, and that means sacrificing our Primarina so that that thing can't get a sub up again, that's what we gotta do, because Subtoxic Raikou will hurt us with his only weakness being ground types, and therefore, you know, being able to switch off of Earthquakes as well. Bad time, bad bongos. So we are Choice Scarf to make sure that we outspeed lots of stuff on this team. We are Speed EV'd to outspeed Max Speed Urshifu. So we outspeed everything except Raikou and upspeed Cryagonal or a Choice Scarf user on his own team. Moonblast is going to OHKO Urshifu. Hyper Voice has a high chance to kill behind a sub. Raikou Hyper Voice has a high chance to do some massive damage. I think it does a minimum 77, actually. I don't know. Maybe it does more. It's been, like I said, it's been a little while. Moonblast is doing over half to Metagross. It'll walk us, though, so we won't want to stay in against Metagross because Meteor Mash. Energy Ball is here to OHKO Swampert. Moltres will die 81% of the time to a Stab Hyper Voice. Appleton goes down to Moonblast 4 times over. Cryagonal takes a half from Moonblast. Diancie is a 50% chance to OHKO with Energy Ball. Haunter dies to Hyper Voice. Volabhi has a 50% chance to die to Moonblast. Charjabug taking some hits from us, but ultimately, you know, he doesn't really have a lot of good electric moves to hit his bag with either because he's defensive. He's not offensive. And that's the idea. So we're Hyper Voice, Moonblast, Energy Ball, Flip Turn. If you guys didn't pick that up, Flip Turn to get us some quick speed out of there. If we don't like our matchup on this thing, or we think he's going to switch off of it, we can Flip Turn, get that offensive momentum, being able to take our choice after he has made a swap, especially if we have rocks up and we force him to do that, or we can get our Defogger out if he's got rocks or something, try to get it out without having to take an attack, because that's very important in clearing those things. So we are 236 in speed to help with that speed EVing that we talked about. Modest, so we're up special attack. We don't need our attack. Boo attack. Don't need it. Then we got 20 in special defense just to give whatever little extra we had to bump it up. And we're 252 special attack. We need them hits. Need them hits. This thing's going to put in the work like it always has, and that is Primarina. Next up, we have got our Doctor. Dr. Koreha. The Glaceon is here. Leftovers, Snowcloak. Snowcloak's unimportant, don't worry about the ability, but leftovers. We are running pretty much the same set. Wish, Heal Bell, Protect, Freeze Dry. Protect's going to let us get some lefties off. We can Wish Protect to heal ourselves. We can Wish Swap to get something else in. It's a Cleric. That's what it's here for. Status is here because if he gets a Subtoxic Raikou, we want to be able to heal that status with Heal Bell. Freeze Dry, doing good damage to Cryagonal, doing good damage to Appleton, doing good damage. I believe it OHKOs Swampert. If it doesn't, it does a lot. So that's why Freeze Dry is here over something more special, because we don't expect the Appleton, but I would probably expect the Swampert potentially, so I wanted to be prepared for that, because we don't necessarily love ground either on this team. So Swampert coming in with like a banned Earthquake. Ooh, bad time. Bad time. So that's the idea. We are timid, so we are up speed. We have 140 in speed as well, 120 in special defense, 248 in HP. That gives us the odd HP we need at level 50 to maximize healing but minimize damage from rocks and stuff. Let's talk about that. Speed EV'd, we outspeed. Wrong thing. I actually didn't write this down, what we're outspeeding. It's most likely Swampert. Most likely what we expected from Swampert, because Swampert's base 60, we're base 65, and we want to get that freeze dry off. Let me go ahead real quick and go to Kareha and get that Swampert up for you guys. Swampert in the UU with Choice Band is taking 113 to 135. If Swampert is max SPDEF, we're doing 89 to 105. We are doing massive, massive, massive damage to Swampert, and that's why that move is here. This thing's not an offensive mon, but boy can it hit with that 130 base special. It could come. It could come offensive at some point. Don't mind me. We have equal defense and special defense this week and lots of HP. We're bulk city, but it could come offensive if we wanted it to. Let's just keep that in mind. Next up, we've got Jailer the Klefki with Light Clay and Prankster as usual. We did almost consider a different item, but we didn't do it. So we got Light Clay. This week we're bringing Foul Play, Dazzling Gleam, Reflect, and Thunderwave. That's because we care a lot more about those physical hits than we care about those special hits. Go figure, that's how our team runs. So we got Prankster, Reflect. We have to be careful because we cannot go up on a Volabi and we cannot go up on Urshifu because they're dark types. Very important to remember. We can't use any of our status moves against them. We're bold, up defense, minus attack as usual. Max 252 in HP, 252 in defense, 4 in special defense. We wanted to be bulk city on this Klefki. This Klefki can OHKO Urshifu with D-Gleam. It's bananas. Bananas. We OHKO him with D-Gleam, and the other big reason we have Foul Play here. Foul Play does massive, 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 massive damage to Metagross. Let me pull up Metagross right here. Metagross takes 60 to 71, and if we have got Reflect up, he has a chance to 2-hit KO, but it's a low amount. It's a low amount. Pretty crazy. And if he's calced this and he knows that D-Gleam's the offensive move I run in this Klefki pretty often, he's not staying in with an Urshifu. He could bring in Urshifu. Let's calc Choice Band Urshifu real quick. Choice Band Urshifu is doing 70 to 83 with a close combat. We take that close combat. We will heal later. We will reflect the next turn because he's probably not bringing Volabi, so we take this out. We're good. D-Gleam is doing 127 to 151 to Urshifu because he has base 60 special defense and he's a quad weak. If he is max special defense, it's still a 50-50 roll unless he's up special defense nature. That would be wild though. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Don't see it coming. If he outspeeds us, that's the only problem. If he goes for sub, we don't like that. And we'll have to figure something else out. We haven't really thought about that move set. Let's think about that real quick. Urshifu bulk up set. It's not really talking about it, actually. So we'll have to just see how that goes. I just don't expect him to stay in with it, to be perfectly honest with you. So we're going to have to make that read when we get there. Foul Play would also be good against that, but it's dark type, so it resists. So not really. Last up this week, we're bringing Pompadour. Skuntank the Pompadour is coming back. We're bringing Black Sludge this week with Aftermath, so that way we get that 25% chip on anything that takes us down. We got 100 in HP to bring it to odd, 8 in defense, 4 for a stat, and 4 is wasted because it had to be wasted somewhere if we were going to put it somewhere. We are Jolly, so we're up speed, down special attack. We have 252 in special defense and 148 in speed. We wanted this thing to be as specially bulky as possible because we are lacking special bulk in general a little bit on this team this week, so we wanted to be careful with that. And we are speed EV'd to outspeed something. Let me go check it out. So we're base 84. It's a 70. It's probably Metagross. Pretty sure it's Metagross. And the reason it's Metagross is because we're also running Foul Play. Ho ho, go figure. So we are immune to this man's psychic type moves. If he's carrying EQ, good on him, but he's not going to hit us with it unless he's scarfed. Let me go ahead and check that. If he is scarfed, Earthquake has a 50-50 shot to kill us. Maybe a little bit worse. 43% chance to kill us, but we have a 50-50% chance to kill with Foul Play. And even if we don't kill him and he kills us with Earthquake, yeah, we lose our Defogger. Very unfortunate, but we take him down with Aftermath. Big plays, getting that Metagross out of there. It's one of the hardest things for this team to deal with. But feeling okay about Urshifu, feeling okay about Moltres, feeling okay about... Raikou is a little bit different as well, but if we get Metagross out of here, Metagross doesn't want to come in on an Earthquake, but Metagross is just, it's scary if we don't feel like we can Earthquake into it, right? It's just a big weapon. If honestly, anything we can do to kill Metagross or Raikou, it's almost certainly worth it. So that's the idea. He's also bringing Defog, Toxic, and Protect. He heals a little bit. If somebody tries to steal our item, if they're worried we're going to be damage up item, then they get Black Sludge, they get poisoned. Excellent, perfect for us. We have Toxic Protect for shenanigans. Basically, we heal a little bit, they Toxic a little bit. Pretty sweet. Defog is here because he does have lots of ways to set hazards. I think I mentioned that, but we didn't talk about it in depth. He's got rocks on Diancie, Metagross, and Swampert, and he's got webs on Charjabug. The speed shenanigans become a problem for us. They really, really, really do become a problem for us. Yeah, and there's basically no way that we can outspeed. Basically no way we can outspeed with Klefki on... I mean, we could bring a Scarf on Klefki to outspeed their Urshifu, but I just don't see that being the route that ends up having to go. If he goes for it, then excellent. If not, we get a little bit of chip on something, we throw up a Reflect the next turn. Big whoop. Or he brings in the Metagross because he's like, oh yeah, well, I'm scared of D-Gleam, but I bring in Metagross. It takes nothing from D-Gleam. And then we reflect up on it, we foul play, and he doesn't see it coming. It's perfect. It's awesome. It's excellent. We love it. That's the idea. So that's the team. I'm hoping we're going to be able to do something against Matt. Matt's team is really good. He's done really good this season so far. Obviously, my bad for Matt. I'm sorry that I had your record so wrong. He's doing great, and he's played both of the other newbies this season. He played QSN that we played last week, or the week before last, and he beat him, and then he beat the Helsinki Hydreigons, he beat Roll Street Rillabooms, he beat New Orleans Saints. No, he's beaten a lot of people that are pretty good. So we have to just be careful here, and we're going to watch out for him, and we're going to see what happens, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the battle. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this team builder. Let me know if you guys think that we've got a good team for taking him down. Hope you guys will continue to support the Pigknights as we move through the rest of this season. We're in the second half now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.